everyone. Today I'm going to read the book of Sonia Sotomayor. She is one of the judge in Supreme Court. This is one of the play in her books. Okay. Sonia, we are going to visit your grandfather, my father. This got my attention. My mother had never so much as mentioned his existence before. When I questioned her, she answered in a voice that sounded as if she were reading aloud from the small print on the back of a package of medicine. I don't know the man. He left when I was born. I haven't seen him since then. But Tio Mayor and Titi Aurora want me to come with them to the hospital to see him, and they say you should come too. The unknown grandfather was not the whole mystery. I usually knew what Mommy was thinking from the flash in her voice, the speed of her smile as rare as it was then, the telltale arch of her brows. This woman speaking with such flat indifference was not the mother I knew. Tio Mayor led us to the bed at the far end of the room, by the window. As we walked the length of the ward, I hardly saw the patients in the other beds. So intently was I focused on my mother and our looming destination. Nothing was going to slip by me, though I had no idea what to expect or even what I should be wondering about. Would she greet him with a kiss? How do you relate to a father you don't know? He had Mommy's light eyes, framed by the white of his hair. The white mustache, the whites of the sheets, their sea green color seemed even lighter, bluer, more startling. He was a handsome man, but gaunt. His arms were just sticks poking from the sleeves of the hospital gown. 1,000 questions ran through my head, but I didn't dare speak any of them out loud. Why did you leave Mommy behind? Who are you? Do you have a wife? Do you have other kids? Where have you been living? I climbed onto the chair and watched. My mother walked up to the bed and stood looking down at the old man. In an ice-cold voice, she said, "Yo soy Selena." That was it. He didn't say anything to her. He didn't ask how her life had been, what it was now. There were no tears, no revelations. Titi Aurora led me by the hand to the bedside and introduced me. I got barely a nod from him. I retreated, climbed back onto the chair, and watched as Titi Aurora chattered about nothing and fluffed his pillows. Tio Mayor was there and not there, talking to the nurses, taking care of business. But in all this nothing, I understood something, that my mother had been wounded as deeply as a human being could be. I have carried the memory of that day as a grave caution. There was a terrible permanence to the states that my mother and her father had reached. My mother's pain would never heal. The ice between them would never thaw, because they would never find a way to acknowledge it. Without acknowledgement and communication, forgiveness was beyond reach. Eventually, I would recognize the long shadow of these abandonments in my own feelings toward my mother, and I would determine not to repeat what I had seen. The closeness that I share now with my mother is deeply felt, but we learn it slowly and with effort, and for fear of the alternative. Thank you.
咁我冇啦。